Hello YouTube fam, you're welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be making whipped shea butter. So if you're the type of natural who loves to use shea butter in her hair or his hair, then this might be the video for you. So we have here my shea butter. You can see that big mass of shea butter there. My infused oil mixture that I've been infusing those oils for a while now, about maybe 2 weeks. No, actually longer than that, maybe a month. And then I have my container that is prepped and ready. That's the one with the the blue top. Actually, that's just an aquaphor container that we're going to use. And I guess the most important thing is the hand mixer that we're going to use to whip the butter. So the first thing that I'm going to do is cut up the shea butter into small pieces. We're going to put them in that bowl, and then we're going to use the double boiler method to melt the shea butter. This method is good because you don't want to put your shea butter directly on the heat, because I've heard that when you apply direct heat to this oil, sometimes it destroys some of the the natural elements. So you got to go gently by putting it on top of the water that is boiling, so not directly on the heat, guys. And you absolutely do not want to put it in the microwave, so don't do that. Okay. All right, so while the shea butter is melting, we're going to measure out some of the infused oil mixture that we're going to put into the combination. I was eyeballing it because I'm lazy, but guess what, guys? It was actually exactly 1 cup, which is what I intended. This shea butter here is actually, when it melted, it measured up to about 1.3 cups. So that was perfect for me, because I always like to go half and half with my shea butter and the infused oils. I'm also going to use these essential oils here. I'm not going to use all of them, of course. I'm just going to use the peppermint and probably the rosemary. And this here is a preservative that I bought some years ago when I was venturing into oil making. So I'm going to use that preservative. You don't need to use preservative, but if you have it, why not? Because it kind of, I believe it will extend the life of the oil. So, but you don't have to use it. I've made my shea butter mix without ever using preservative, and it was perfect. I used it for months and months on end. So you don't need it. I measured the infused oil mixture. It was about 1 cup, like I already told you. And you just put it directly into the shea butter, the melted shea butter. And you put the mixture in the freezer so that it can harden up. You can put in the fridge. If you put in the fridge, it will take longer. But the freezer is good because it's, maybe 15 minutes. And then you have this hardened mixture here that you can begin working with. All right, so I'm going to go in with a few drops of peppermint essential oil, about 3 to 4 drops, not a lot. And then also the rosemary. I could tell you why I'm putting this particular two, but just Google it. It has some good benefits. All right, so we're not going to go into that. But if you don't have essential oils, fine. You don't need to. You really don't need to. So we're going to begin mixing, because this is the most important part of this exercise, actually whipping the mixture. And when you first begin, it's a bit hard because obviously the mixture is hard. So you got to hold your bowl really firm and then just go gradually. I mean, there's no easy way to do this. You just have to be patient and then take your time. And as you whip and time goes on, you will notice that your mixture begins to soften up, begins to get fluffy and look creamy, which is what we're going for, right? Can you do this without a hand mixer? I don't think so, because imagine doing this with like a simple whisk. You will be there for hours and your arms will hurt. So I think you need a hand mixer for this exercise, guys. So I was mixing this for a total of about 20 minutes, give or take. And I had to take breaks in between because it gets really, it gets painful on your arms, really trying to hold that bowl and do the whole thing. Yeah, I guess I could have also put it on a lower surface, and then it would have been easier for me to do it. But then I was trying to film for you guys, so I guess there was no rest for me. So I just go on, mixing it, trying to get that tool around the pan, make sure that you're getting all of the butter in between. When you take a break, you kind of scrape down the shea butter, get it together, and then you go about mixing again. That's really it. That's all there is. And you're gonna whisk it, whip it until you're comfortable with the mixture, with the consistency, the texture. Some people like it really fluffy and creamy that it even looks like a lotion. And I think I did that one time where it was really soft and creamy. But I kind of didn't like it because I mostly use my shea butter. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I use it as a sealant most of the time. Sometimes I would use it as like I would spritz my aloe juice and then use a shea butter. But mostly I use it as a sealant. So I didn't want it to be too soft. Like almost like, I don't know, like kind of watery. I didn't want that. I wanted it to be just right. So it all depends on you. As you're whisking, whipping, and going along, you will know when it's okay. And then you stop at that point, okay? All right. So I hope this is something that you find useful, especially if you're that natural hair girl or guy who loves to use shea butter. Shea butter is really good for our hair. It has some very important elements that are good for the hair, and it's affordable. You don't have to break the bank when you're using shea butter, especially when you get the really natural, shea butter. My shea butter comes all the way from Ivory Coast, guys, I'll tell you. So it's a natural. It's not been processed in any way. It's good. And sometimes, we tend to, want to buy all the store-bought products because we just believe that it's better, which it is, because I mean it's been made by chemists and all the rest. But your shea butter is good, guys. It's natural. So if you can get your hands on shea butter, please don't sleep on it. It's really good. So I already put the preservative in there. Sorry I didn't show you when because I was busy, yammering here about the benefits of shea butter. But I just put a half a teaspoon of the preservative, and like I said, you don't even need it because I've made this mixture many times before and I didn't use a preservative, and I used it for months, maybe even 5 to 6 months before I ran out. So here we are, we're done. This is good enough for me. Once you've whipped it like this, it's never going to harden up again. It's just going to remain like this, and you're going to use it easily. When you're using it on your hair, it's going to be easier than when you have to take that, when it's that thick mass, you take a little bit and you have to rub it in your palm, rub it so that it melts, and it's just difficult to kind of use, you know what I mean? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys, please. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content to do with natural hair care and stuff like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.